Agness. I come from Zimbabwe. I am 2016 Mandela, Washington, fellow at UD. My presentation today, breaking barriers through equality and opportunities. The background. Among the major outcomes of the decade of disabled person was the adoption by the General Assembly of the Standard Rules on the Equalization of Opportunities for Persons with Disabilities in 1993. Although not a legal binding instrument, the Standard Rules represent a strong moral and political commitment of governments to take action to attain equalization of opportunities for persons with disabilities. The rules serve as an instrument for policymaking and as a basis for technical and economic cooperation. By having a disability, it does not mean one is inferior to the other people. That is status, condition, or race does not qualify one to be superior. Oftentimes, the girl child is considered inferior in some countries, mine included, and it is even worse when the girl child has some form of disability. My father used to say to me, Agness, you have a very good spirit. It is a pity that you were born a girl. My young mind couldn't understand why my father said, my spirit was sad, but it was a pity I was a girl. To this day, my father's brother, he says to me, you have a very good spirit, but you are a girl. The iron is, he's sitting with me, he talks many things with me, he tells me, this is giving me problem, this cow, this home need this and that, but still I am a girl. I tell him, I am not a girl anymore, I am a phenomenal woman. So you should see my spirit as that of a girl and a boy. We are all equal, we deserve the same opportunities. Equality starts at the home when all get the same opportunity for education, irrespective of abilities. Just imagine, if I hadn't education, I wouldn't be standing here with you today. I will be in some village somewhere else, doing something else very different from what I am doing today. Equality to health care ensures that the poor are accorded proper health care. Like the disability and poverty are interrelated. They are interlinked somewhere, which basically means we are not doing everything right to erode that. Do you know why? I need an answer for that, but that is going to be part of your homework. Take that home, sit and think about it. You will come up with the right answer. Equally to help for those with disabilities, intent of the health fraternity to put in place accessible facilities like sign language and accessible rooms for those with mobility needs. I stand before you today because I have an education. That one chance of going to school changed my whole life. Sadly, so many girls with disabilities out there, they are not in schools. Why? Your guess is as good as mine, but we all know the answer to that. Zimbabwe, my country, is a country with one of the most educated people in Africa, if not in the world. And we are all proud of that. Why? Because education, it is something that can help us change our lives. It is through education that I can be innovative, that I am here today, that I can speak for others who can't really speak for themselves. I can safely say education has empowered me to be who I am today, to stand before you, to be a part of you, to be someone you can count on to do something. Without that, I wouldn't be here today. Education, the most important tool to change the world. Nelson Mandela. Education allows me to be innovative, gives me ways to surface, allows me to fit in. Above all, it gives me a voice. My education has empowered me not to take others prisoners, because I was once a prisoner of someone else, but through education, I broke through that. I believe in giving everyone a second chance to reform because I have suffered at the hands of someone else because of their belief. It is through education that I got a voice to speak up for the faceless. I am passionate about social justice for deaf people, for women and girls with disabilities. But I have not always been like this. I was once a naive young deaf girl. But through experience, I learned a lesson that motivated me to be part of the generation that creates justice and change. I will tell you 2 stories of my life. My education. I was educated by the Dominican Missionary Sisters in what you can call a convent. I felt very safe there. But then again, my first experience with discrimination, I went out of the school gate. I have just finished my A-level. I was going to enter college. I wanted to be a nurse. And Nyash, my role model, the first deaf graduate in my country, the actual first graduate in my country. So you can imagine, she was the first. I was looking up to her. May her soul rest in peace. She encouraged me to do nursing because I told her I didn't want to do psychology, sit like her. But you can guess why I am not a nurse today. Because the chief nursing told me, Agness, I don't doubt your ability, but students, they learn very fast. She was the first person to tell me that I am a slow learner. But if I was a slow learner, I wouldn't be here today. From that day, I knew that there were enemies for me out there that I have to overcome. My second story, I went to college in my second year of my first degree. We were chosen according to our abilities from a class of 500. I was put in a wonder school for English. Then the professor, who haven't taught me in the first year, asked my classmate, do you suppose Agness is going to manage my course? My classmates said yes. Because of that, I wanted to teach this professor that I was not different. I worked very hard in that course than in other course because I wanted to get a distinction. Because according to me, this professor, he sees me in a glass. He really didn't see me. He sees the deafness in me, but not my ability. I wanted to prove him wrong, to make him see me as a person before he see my deafness second. And I did it. When I see him last year before he died, he told me I was the best student that ever passed through his hands. But I wouldn't have been the best student if he hadn't said that she has the ability to do my course. So you can imagine. Sometimes you think you are breaking us, but you are giving us wings to fly. The road I followed has not always been smooth. Trials and tribulation were faced. Temptation to give up encountered. But now I can safely say my education has taken me this far, seen me through a lot, helping me to do a part to create a better world. As we prepare to go to our respective homes, I hope you all will be the agents of change. Just pay fees for one disabled child in your area. That one child to have a dream. They are human beings. They too deserve to be big. Just pay for one child only. You will have made a big difference in our world. I was once such a child. But thanks to my parents, to the Dominican Missionary Sisters, even to my country, they made sure I got a good education. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than the other. George Eliot. But in this century, we should say, all girls are equal. No girl should be more equal than the other. 8 Agness 2016. Now I can fly again. Thank you.